Hey, good morning out there. Welcome to the Cruise Life Show. This week, we're going to talk about COVID-19 vaccinations. How will they affect the cruise? How will they affect cruises being able to start again? Also, are cruise lines going to make them mandatory for passengers to have the vaccine before they could come back on the cruise? So let's get right on into it. I'm Edward Davis, and I'm your host. And as you know, I'm a travel agent. And if you need help with any type of travel, you can reach out to me. You can find my information in the descriptions. You can also visit my website, edavis.cruisesinc.com. That's edavis.cruisesinc.com. And you can find ways to contact me there. I also have all type of live cruise inventory that you could search yourself there if you just want like a estimate of the ballpark of what you're looking at for cruising. So let's talk about COVID-19 vaccinations. Along with all of the CDC guidelines that they gave the cruise lines to be able to cruise again, a lot of experts believe that the COVID-19 vaccinations, if um, if they're able to, if more people are able to get vaccines, that cruises will be able to start earlier. Also, because the COVID-19 numbers are steady spiking, and cruises are seeing a lot of the downfall from that because nobody want somebody to go on a cruise and they pretty much like if affect like 3,000 people to some cruises also hold like up to like 5,000 even up to like 6,000 people. And then if you calculate the crew members in there, it's gonna be like a bigger number of people that's able to get infected by one or probably a couple of people that's positive for COVID coming on to the cruise. So right now, where the cruise lines are at, they have a whole list of expectations that the CDC want to see happen first before they could start back cruising. A lot of experts believe the best case scenario for cruises to start back is going to be around June or July of 2021. But if the vaccine is not able to reach more people, it may be even later than that. That's why if you listen last week, I talked about possibly pushing back your cruise to 2022 at the earliest so that you won't have to keep canceling and rebooking because a lot of stuff is in the air right now. Okay, so what will the vaccine do to help cruisers start again? Like I said, the vaccine, if it's successful, will lower the coronavirus numbers, and that will help the CDC know that cruises are safe. Even though it's not just cruises that the vaccine is going to help, it's going to help the whole tourism industry. Yes, there are hotels and different theme parks and stuff that's open, but it's still going to help the whole industry because let's just take Las Vegas for example. If you go and visit Las Vegas right now, you have to have reservations to go to most of the restaurants. They won't just let you walk in. A lot of the shows and casinos are only open certain days of the week. So everything is getting affected by the numbers spiking. But cruises got affected probably the most out of the tourism industry because they haven't been able to send people out at all leaving out of North America. It's been a couple cruises across the world that has been sailing, but it's only a few. And a lot of people from North America and Canada and Alaska, they want to go on like their cruises that they usually go on like every year, or some people go on multiple cruises a year. So with this vaccine, if the numbers lower, that's gonna make cruising safer again. But the main topic that's at discussion here with a lot of the experts is, do cruise lines need to make the vaccines mandatory for all their passengers? So the major three cruise lines that cruise out of America is Carnival, Royal Caribbean, and Norwegian. So Carnival and Royal Caribbean have been really quiet. They've been deflecting the questions. So when people ask them, will they make it mandatory? They're like, it's too early to decide. They need more information on, like if the vaccine even work or what. And that's understandable. But Norwegian Cruise Line has been a little more vocal about their decision. What Norwegian Cruise Line said was, currently they're putting a lot of thought into making sure that all of their crew is 100% vaccinated. And they have to look into the legal, the legality about if they're able to make it mandatory for passengers to have the vaccine. And along with, if they do make it mandatory for passengers to have the vaccine, it's gonna what's gonna come into play is, if somebody show up to the port and they don't have proof that they had the vaccine and they get turned around, they're gonna have to refund those people money. And that is gonna be like a big downfall for Norwegian Cruise Line if they do make it mandatory for 100% of people have to have the vaccine. And that's kind of unfortunate, because Norwegian Cruise Line is one of my favorite cruises to go on. But I don't know. Well, actually, from my opinion, I don't think everybody should have to have the vaccine, because it's people that don't want to take the vaccine for their own health reasons. Some people are allergic to different type of vaccines and stuff. So they don't want to take a chance and something happen to them if they take this vaccine. Or some people just want to see, like, is this vaccine working for other people? What's the side effects? Some people don't want to take it if the side effects are going to be more severe than what they willing to deal with. So I think making the vaccine 100% mandatory for a crew, I can understand why they would want to do that. But I think making it 100% mandatory for passengers, I don't agree with that myself. It's probably some people that do agree with that. And if you're on YouTube, you could go in the comments and you could tell me, do you think that the vaccine should be 100% mandatory? And if you're on anchor.fm, just leave me a voice note or either email me, edavis@cruisesinc.com, and tell me, like, what's your opinion? And I could come back in another episode and I could talk about some of the opinions. I'm open-minded. So if you tell me your opinion, I won't just dismiss it. I'll read into it and I'll do some research on it. And then I'll see, okay, maybe I'm wrong about this vaccine. But I do think the vaccine overall is going to help the numbers go down. But I just don't think everybody is on board to take the vaccine. So I don't believe in forcing people that don't want to take the vaccine for their own reasons. I don't believe in forcing them to take the vaccine. If it's enough people that's willing to take the vaccine, and if the vaccine help that amount of people, I think that'd be good to bring the numbers down. And then you could put this in your protocols of all the different things that we could do to try to bring the numbers down even more. And I'm actually oh yeah, and let's talk about this. And there's going to be some changes that's going to be made if cruises do start in 2021. Right now, they're thinking about not letting any children on board. into maybe like 2022 or beyond that, because they're gonna have to do like capacity control. So they're not gonna be able to have the ships at full capacity like they did before, regardless of when they be able to start back. If it's like later in 2021 or early 2022, it's gonna be some capacity restrictions. And right now they're discussing about like the mask requirement. So it's gonna be required that you have a mask and that you wear it, but they're discussing about, where on the ship do you have to wear it? Because, that's kind of I guess it's like kind of common sense. You're gonna be around other people and it's the pandemic's going on. So you're gonna have to have a mask and you're gonna have to wear it to try to protect yourself. But it's gonna be like, I don't know, like kind of aggravating having a mask on 24/7. Like, and then like what you do like when you're at the bar or at the pool area. So it's gonna be like a lot of I guess like policies and procedures that's gonna have to change around. They're gonna have to discuss about the buffet. Is it gonna be right now? I know they're thinking about you have the buffet, but only the crew could fix the food for you, because they don't want to like pass on the coronavirus by sharing like food utensils and stuff like that. So it's a lot of policies gonna have to get in place. And also you could comment on this video and tell me like, okay, what other type of policies you think should change. I know most cruise lines already changed the muster drill. So especially Royal Caribbean, you're gonna do like a virtual muster drill over the app. So you're not gonna all go to like your muster station and go over like that whole safety briefing. It's gonna be you check in on the app and you watch some videos. And I don't know if it's gonna have like a quiz or something at the end of the videos, but I know 100% of people are gonna have to check in on the app and watch the videos, and that's gonna be your mustard drill. And that's kind of good because the mustard drill, it's important, but it's something that, like you get held up by a couple of individuals. You may have some people that's um, got a couple of drinks in them already, and they just pretty much plan on just skipping out on the mustard drill. And then you have like the crew members walking around and they're like, okay, we're missing, let's say like 10 people. So you can't start the mustard drill until like everybody's accounted for, because that's a requirement that everybody know what to do in case of an emergency. So that's kind of like a good thing. Also, something else that's gonna probably change. You're probably not gonna be able to just walk up to like a show or event and go have a seat and enjoy it. You're probably gonna need a reservation for everything other than going to like the buffet and the bars and pool and stuff like that. And then they probably gonna do like capacity control with like the pool. They're probably gonna keep a head count and say, okay, only 20 people could be at the pool at one time. So being on the first cruise, it's gonna be fun because we all miss cruising and we all want to go on a cruise again. But at the same time, it's gonna be kind of like you're gonna be the like the testers. So they're gonna be testing to see, okay, how does this work? Because they're testing it with just crew member, but we all know it's a totally different between having just the crew members and then when they actually going through a real cruise with 1,000 or 2,000 passengers, you know, it's going to be totally different. So being on the first cruise, you're going to get like a real good deal because they know it's going to be like a lot of kinks that's going to have to get worked out. So that first cruise back, man, it's going to be some really good deals. And also, it's some really good deals for 2022 right now because the cruise lines know that July is kind of like the best case scenario for being able to go on cruises, July 2021. So, what they're doing, they're trying to push a lot of customers to actually 2022 or late 2021. So, it's on great deals for late 2021 and beyond because they know that dealing with the CDC, it's a lot of guidelines that they got to meet. So they're gonna have to probably keep working this stuff out throughout this year, and then for sure, 2022 is gonna be on and popping. Okay, so that's the show this week. I thank you for listening. Thank you for tuning in. If you like this show, if you're on YouTube, go ahead and like and subscribe to the channel. If you're on Anchor.fm or either Spotify or any of the other streaming platforms that you can find this show on, go ahead and subscribe. Go ahead and favorite it. Go ahead and share it with a friend. Share it on Twitter. Share it on Facebook. Let's go ahead and blow this show up. You know, I'm going to be coming to you every week. And when I speak to you, it's not going to be like a normal travel agent that's just trying to sell you on stuff and trying to make everything look nice. And then when you show up to the vacation, it may not be what they amped it up to be. I'm gonna be 100% honest and tell you the truth because I am a travel agent, but I'm a traveler too. I don't want anybody to mislead me, and I'm not gonna mislead you. Thank you for tuning in, and I'll see you again next week.